I said, listen, I must go to the coach's book. I must. And she said, no, she'll turn around. And then I got stage fright. But that's the vibe. The people carried it. And then the one guy was like a police officer running me back to the coach's box. No, it's lovely what the crowd did,
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
Cody Taylor with the throw. And Peter Steph gets up to make the steal. Boots it into the stands. And the Springboks prevail once again. For the first time since 1949, they have 4 consecutive victories over their oldest and most respected foe. They scored the only 2 tries of the game, one by their captain.
Oh, the championship feeling is in the air, guys. Yeah, what a weekend, what a weekend. If you're down in Cape Town and you attended the Springbok game, I'm sure you're still feeling it right now. What a roller coaster of a game, but also just what total dominance, though, of the support on the terraces. Hey, South Africa fighting back to beat New Zealand 18-12 and close in on the Rugby Championship title after the 4th of 6 rounds. Now, trailing 9-3 at halftime, the world champions took the lead when captain Siya Kolisi dived over for that try, converted by Andre Pollard early in the second half. Would love to hear about your experience if you were there, wherever you're watching the game. Do share with us. And as you know, South Africa certainly loves rugby. And it's moments like these where there's a pack to the rafters encounter this past Saturday. I guess it will kind of live with us forever. And especially for those who were fortunate enough to be there. I think when the full-time whistle sounded at the Cape Town Stadium on Saturday evening, the noise that was projected from the thousands in attendance was certainly deafening. I mean, what a game, what a fierce rivalry, what a team the Springboks are. What a nation, man. Blue Bulls Special Projects Manager sharing his thoughts, though, on the game. Let's have a quick word there with Thando Manana. I was going to be talking about the game and how good these wins are for the championship they're about to play in.
Good evening, Rob, and to your listeners. Certainly, if you speak of a South African side facing the All Black team, you definitely know that you're going to be in it for the long haul, I guess. And what a game in Cape Town at the DHL Stadium, where you had 58,000 packed supporters. And I think for me, in this game, or even the last 2, basically, the odds before the game were against an All Black side, but at the start of the first, All Blacks had the edge over the world champs. And I think one of the things that I have to say is that the All Blacks seemingly can't finish off a game. They've become a 60-minute team, and it showed once again that they just take any points. They're no longer as potent as they used to be. I mean, South Africa scored 2 tries in this encounter, and the All Blacks scored none. It just tells you 18-12 was the final score. But I think for South Africa, kudos for them. They just need a point to win the Rugby champs. But most importantly, they've won the Freedom Cup, which they last won 15 years ago. So credit to everyone from, I think, Rassi, his technical team, Siya and the players. I think they've been very much precise 85 minute team, who understands the game far better, currently than all the other rugby nations. And I think they've got something going on. I think the depth is just going to do them so much good going forward. Some of the players will obviously drop out from the team. But if you look at the game, For me, the game was well handled. I think South Africa need to just worry a little bit on their lineouts and the breakdown. I think those are the two areas of concern going into that halftime break where New Zealand was leading 9-3. And they had to fix that. I think they have potentially with Etzebeth and Ruan Nortje, and then you have Bongi, who struggled in that first 10 minutes and finally found, some rhythm towards the end. But I'm of the view if South Africa just fix the lineouts and break down, I think that their game will sort of start polishing up and definitely get a sense of the type of game plan that they intend playing at this stage. I mean, it's never going to be easy. It's our first year where you had Tony Brown alongside Mzwandile Stick, putting up all these puzzle together on what our game ethos is. And for me, it was always good to also see the All Blacks taking us on. I think we scrummed exceptionally well. I think scrum, Dan Human is doing an exceptional job with the scrums. We actually were by far, winning our scrums up until towards the latter part of the game where New Zealand finally sort of found a way to stall our scrums, but we did exceptionally well. I think that's credit to the front rower, and that's why you start with a guy like Frans Malherbe, Bongi Mbonambi, as well as Oxenchair. They give you that front foot on the scrums and win you penalties. Obviously, it's an all-out effort, but your men in front or up front are the ones that really put the pressure on the front row of the opposition. I mean, also for Razor, I think Razor was more frustrated with opportunities that they let begging. I mean, there was a knock-on from Ricky Wani. He had a two-man overlap on his outside. Had he caught that ball in the first half, they would have scored definitely in the corner with Reese. But that didn't happen, and it showed as well. And yet Mackenzie not also kicking two of his penalty kicks. Same as South Africa, they missed also some vital kicks towards the end. But I think, in all fairness, South Africa have been the better team leading up to their clash, which will be in Santiago and also in Nelspruit, where Nelspruit will be seen as a sort of a handover of them winning the rugby championship, which is it bodes well for South Africa. They obviously the best team in the world currently, and I think they just have it in them to grind the win and play the full 80.
Thank you so much indeed. Another, a man who's done and seen it all. Former Springbok Thando Manana. Thank you so much indeed for giving his perspective on the game over the weekend. Well, it is a Monday today. Looking forward to all of your...
Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
I can silently detect that tonight's show promises to be one for the history books as we bring you an exclusive interview with a groundbreaking talent in the world of football. I mean, imagine a player who has not only dominated on the pitch, but has also shattered records and set new benchmarks for the game. Now, this past season, our guest achieved a remarkable double, winning both the Football of the Year as well as the Goalkeeper of the Year at the PSL Awards. That's not all, guys. He was also named the goalkeeper of the tournament at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations, held in January. I mean, there he showcased his brilliance on a continental stage. And I think for the very first time, that Africa Cup of Nations was not just about the continent, it was about the world. I think the entire world got to view it. There was something about television rights that they got right. And everybody around the globe was able to watch the Africa Cup of Nations. And that is why I'm saying that it wasn't just about continental glory. It was about the international glory that it came with. But I mean, his achievements, they don't stop here. So who is this incredible player making such strides in football? It can only be the one and only Ronwen Williams. Sir, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, to you and the listeners.
And the fans behind there, you could hear the vuvuzelas there.
Yeah, no, good evening to everyone. It's good to be on the show once again.
Oh, man. I can't even ask you about football. Let's talk rugby. All Blacks versus Springboks. What is your take?
Amazing. Just the grit and the desire, when things don't go your way, when you're not having the perfect game, just to show how you can grind out a result. And that's exactly what the Springboks done. And there's so many lessons we can take out of that. And we done the exact same as Bafana, where we were leading. Next thing, you 2-1 down, but we didn't give up. We kept fighting, kept going, and finally we got the equalizer. And people might look at it and say, yes, we threw it home, but this point is so important, to qualify. And this point will make us qualify. I'm sure about that.
And it's strange, though, because you talk about the ups and downs. We were just discussing earlier before the show that when the game started, obviously it started at 6 o'clock. This is the Bafana, Uganda game. It was 1-0. Okay, great. I was happy. I was like, yeah, they're going to dominate. They're playing at home. Quickly rush to the airport, get to the airport. I see disgruntled faces and everyone's asking, what's going on with the team? I'm like, what do you mean what's going on? And they said, no, but we being beaten 2-1. I'm like, no, can't be. It was 1-0 just now. And then just got to a stage where there was a screen and everybody was watching. It was around about the 94th minute of the game. And then, boom, scored. And just the atmosphere at the airport completely changed. So I ask you the question as a captain, when you're sitting and you're watching, is it frustrating at times? I mean, are they these messages that you start shouting to the TV because you would have been shouting them on the field?
It's difficult. I don't think I've missed many games for Bafana in the last few years. I've always been present. I've been consistent. And it's very difficult. I prefer being the one doing the job.
Yeah.
But it was also nice to watch, to see others getting a chance, playing, and, just supporting from outside. But it was very difficult because I had a radio interview. So I watched first half. Second half, they asked me your take, and I said we need to kill off the game in the first half because I know African football, continent football, you can never think it's over.
Yeah.
For some weird reason, they just never give up. And that's the lessons we've learned over the last few years. And I was at home in Gqeberha, and my nephew just came out running because I'd done the interview in the car because of the noise in the house.
Yeah.
He just started pointing and shouting at me. I thought, what's going on? And then he showed me 2-1 down, and I couldn't believe it. And I got like a knot in my stomach.
Yeah.
And I just wanted him to finish the interview so that I can go and watch.
Yeah.
But I had to be professional, and
Always the professional.
always.
What is the frustrating thing, though? Because I know, especially with goalkeepers, you almost form a goalkeepers union, and you're very supportive, especially at club level and at national team level. So when all sorts of insults are being hurled in a position that you occupy, which is goalkeeper, and they're being held at Velimoto, for example, and it's like, okay, fine, there was a mistake that was committed. What would the feeling have been? I mean, it's a flash, it's a moment, whether unsighted or whatever it might have been. What did you make of that moment, though?
What I liked about it, after that, he was his normal self again. Yeah. And that's, maybe he's learned over the years, and I've learned, if I can speak about myself, when I would make a mistake, it would dwell and I would make another mistake. And over the years, I think it's more experience, where you make a mistake, you just let it go, you forget about it, and you just focus on the next action. Because if you let your focus down, it's still 2-1, you're still in the game. Like I said, that point is so important. So for me, it was good to see him just being his normal self after that and just playing the game because, I feel for him, because this was opportunity to play. He hasn't played in a long time, but it was difficult for him as well. He hasn't played a competitive game.
For club.
Yeah. He hasn't played a competitive game in a very long time, so many of us. So it was difficult, and knowing him, I know that he'll be strong, that he'll overcome it, and knowing the coach as well, and how supportive he is of us,
yes,
as a team and as players and as individuals, and he loves Veli so much, so I know that he'll put his arm around him and he'll make him feel, that he's still massively part of the team.
Also, you could tell, I mean, that was the big debate before the game, was he's chosen Veli, and for the exact same points that you're making. No football in a while, Sipho Chain is there, Orlando Pirates has been playing, there's MTN8 has done so well. But the coach makes a decision and he sticks to it. And just looking at the body language of Veli then, coming out of the tunnel, all the kids that are there, the ball boys, everyone, I think he fist pumped almost everybody. The boys and the girls with Bafana, the boys and the girls on the Uganda team. That's how bubbly he is. He brings a different energy into the squad. And I know that you might be completely different people in a goalkeeping position. But what do you think he brings? Because he was also one of those late bloomers who in his 30s, he gets his first Bafana call-up, Kosafa aside.
Yeah, I mean, he brings so much. Many people, maybe he doesn't play as many games, but he's important as a goalkeeper as well. You know, when a Ronwen Williams is not available, the coach needs to feel comfort. And knowing you've got Veli Motwa there, you have that comfort. Because he's reliable and he's good for the team as well. He keeps the spirits high. He keeps the camp positive. I mean, to come to camp, and camp can get difficult and lonely sometimes. And he keeps the spirits high all the time. Be it singing on the bus, on the way to training. He's just there making jokes all the time. And it's just unfortunate that people will look at this mistake now, and maybe bash him. But us, as a team, we support him. We're fully behind him. And because we know he's such a lovely human.
And I guess the pressure goes back, but then he doesn't feel pressure, the coach. I think it's a different coach, this, because now people say, is he going to play him tomorrow? Is he going to be starting the game again? And almost refocus attention on him. And will he get to be in the starting lineup? We don't know. Ronwen Williams, my guest tonight, will take your calls and so much more. It is a Monday today, Reaction Monday.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
Register now at lottostar.co.za and unlock 100 free spins. Bet on over 650 games with payouts of up to 75 million rand. You could also earn real money back as you bet with our Star Rewards. To date, we've paid out over 200 million rand in Star Rewards. Register now and claim your hot Lottostar free slot spins. Lottostar, your world of live games.
Lottostar is licensed by the Marawa Economic Regulator. No under 18s. NRGP 0800 00688. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Don't let power outages and defrosted freezers get you down. Dry ice is the answer. Did you know dry ice can keep your perishables cool and your frozen goods frozen during a cooling crisis? Simply place out dry ice inside your fridge and freezer. Dry ice for emergencies, your #1 resort in dark times. Visit our website www.dryice.co.za to locate a store near you today.
Now, you're swiping right. Now, you're swiping for date night. Just now, you're swiping for nappies and chicken strips. From wingman to family man, life changes.
Now your vehicle can too. Every 36 or 48 months with Future Drive, the affordable vehicle finance solution from Toyota Financial Services. Drive a new Toyota now, or just now. Visit toyota.co.za/Future Drive. Toyota Financial Services South Africa Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Hey Mom.
Munchie?
Remind me, which insurance are you with?
I'm with My Way, and I get real value while saving extra cash on my car insurance premium.
No way, really? So what do you do with all these extra savings?
Well, because I value my peace and quiet, I got myself a pair of headphones.
Wait, what?
Move to My Way and save up to 40% on your car insurance premiums, saving you more to live your way. Visit myway.co.za. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply.
Does your business need funding, as in yesterday? Did you know that with Lula, you could have the funds in your account as soon as tomorrow? At Lula, you can get up to 5 million rand in business funding in 24 hours. Apply online in minutes with no paperwork, no collateral, and best of all, no hidden costs. Waiting weeks to get your business funded is so yesterday. Apply today at lula.co.za and make cash flow.
At the first sign of summer, we braai. Smoke wafts through the air. Woolies thick cut steaks drip juices into hot coals. Sparkly drinks tinkle in tall glasses. Charred corn, sticky tender ribs straight off the grid. You can smell it. Braai season is here. And Woolies is all you need to take your braai from good to great with all the details that make the difference. Woolworths, the difference.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Coach Walter Outman, when Gora talked about that incident and he felt a little bit of a distance from you, that maybe at some point you were not giving him the kind of support that he looked for from you, and then the anger kicked in.
I made Gora him captain, I respected him too much. In the first 15 minutes, he fell over the ball, he missed the ball, he missed kick. The crowd went angry, said, take him out, we need these points, So he walked slowly to me, I thought he wants to talk to me. He gave me the full stats in my testicles and in my bladder, Every radio station, he apologized to me personally. Never did.
But have you read his book? He's got a book, that's all.
No, I don't want to read it. I had 2 cancer operations because of this kick. I nearly died. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's fine, Coach.
I was 30 seconds, my heart stopped.
30 seconds?
And I was gone. So, sorry.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. It's your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
Hi, brother. Sergey C. Taber here. My weekend reaction. I'm just happy with what David Notwan is doing there by the Sundowns reserves. I'm happy with the brand of soccer that they're playing. You can see that they are trying to play the Sundowns way, even though the boys were a bit careless in the back and then ended up giving them that 1 goal. So I think we're still gonna see more coming from those boys. So it's a good start for them. Ronwen Williams, I just want to congratulate him for the sterling work that he does and for the way that he changed how the goalkeepers at Sundowns are playing. I just wish him all the best at the Ballon d'Or. And just a question for him, since they're traveling a lot like this, how many passports has he had and how often does he change a passport? Just to get a glimpse of how he does things. Brother, good show as always. Thanks.
So Jason Taber, thank you so much indeed. Our guest tonight here, Ballon d'Or nominee Ronwen Williams is here. We're also live on the YouTube channels. To catch us there, you can comment, you can view, and just make sure that, the man still breathes. He is here. How many passports have you gone through?
Quite a few. I know I've been traveling for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think I've been professional now 16 years. So I've done a lot of traveling with Bafana, with the clubs that I've played for, even the under-20 national team. So it's been an amazing journey. But there's lots more to come.
But you're going to be traveling though. When is the date for the awards?
Next month, 28th, 29th October.
Who's flying you there? They flying you? Surely?
Yeah, I'm sure that's, I don't know the logistics. And
so the first class ticket hasn't landed yet in your email?
Not yet. Hopefully the South Africans can back me, I don't know if there's ways that we can vote, but, just comment on the Ballon d'Or page.
Yes.
I saw the comments last week and, in typical South African fashion, we took over, and I loved it. Just to celebrate one of their own.
Yeah.
So for me, honestly speaking, I've already achieved greatness. That's greatness on its own. If I'm there, I think when there's top 3, if I'm not, I know I've instilled hope in South Africa, in the young generation, maybe even my generation and the current generation as well. So I'm just glad and happy that, I could get celebrated.
Yeah.
And not only myself, it's more for South Africa.
It is for South Africa because you love this nation. You play at times when you shouldn't even be playing because It's a lot of family time away. It's a lot of everything. But those are the sacrifices we understand of a professional sports person. South Africa has been on a winning wicket. I don't know what has changed. Something is in the air. We are going to the Olympic Games. We're coming back. We're victorious. Paralympic Games. We're going there. We're victorious on and off the field. There's just so much that is going on. We've got a Wimbledon champion. Something about the name Ballon d'Or. And people will debate, okay, there's the goalkeeping one. It doesn't really matter. Ballon d'Or, they've nominated you. You, in the top 10 in the world, best goalkeepers. I mean, just letting that alone sink in, Ronwen. In 2024, here we are. We're sitting 9th of September. And I tell you, to your face, that you're in the top 10 best goalkeepers in the world.
I don't know. I don't know if it will ever sink in.
Yeah.
As humble as one is, this is something that you don't even dream of. Honestly speaking, I can't say I dreamt about being in talks of top 10 in the world, top 100, That may be so. It's amazing, and I'm lost for words. I can't really describe it. Honestly speaking, I try and keep my mind away from it, but there's always something that takes me back to that, and I just get this feel in my stomach all the time, the goosebumps.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to explain how I'm really feeling. That's why I try and keep myself busy, so that I don't think about it. Because I live in my head all the time. There's always things going on in my head, and now I'm dreaming about what suit I'm going to wear, the walk, red carpet, just representing South Africa,
But you're entitled to dream. You're allowed to dream, especially when the dream now has become a reality, that this is happening.
Definitely. Now the dreaming has started, especially on a global stage. I'm just happy that years and years and years of hard work, sacrifice, perseverance, not giving up on myself, if it's finally paying off. And it's not about me. Like I said, it's about inspiring our people, the youth, South Africa as a whole. Because I won't lie, I take massive inspiration from Siya Kolisi and the Springboks. And I think the winning culture that's in South Africa now started with them a few years ago when they done it. We just needed that one person to do it, or that one team to show that you can do it. And they done it back to back. And you're like, okay, us as South Africans, we can do it. We can dominate and we can win. And then it rubs off on Bafana. And now the Proteas is doing well.
Yeah.
And then the Olympians, Akani is doing well. The relay team. And it's just Trickers, who I met at the rugby. What an amazing person. So it's just now one team or one person had to do it to show that it's possible. And now it's opened the floodgates for all of us as South Africans. Not forgetting Tyler as well.
Yes. On the musical
even
front.
Makadzi.
Yeah.
So it's things like that needs to keep going on a consistent basis for South Africa to be where it rightfully, deserves to be because of the hard work and the talent that we've got.
Let's have an honest conversation because you've just mentioned it now. You said one of your inspirations is Siya Kolisi. So here we are at a stadium that is not even as big as what the Cape Town Stadium is. Orlando Stadium. Then we see back-to-back. In fact, let's go Island Test at Loftus. Let's go Island Second Test in Durban. Let's go Portugal in Bloemfontein. Let's go Ellis Park a week ago. Let's go Cape Town this past week. Jam-packed stadia, World Cup stadia. Orlando Stadium, as I said, smaller. Bafana are playing. We don't get those numbers in the terraces. What will it take, Ronwen, for that to turn around? For you as Bafana to get what the Springboks are able to get right now?
Yes, it hurts. It's not nice. We've been crying for the longest time to get the crowd and South Africa behind us. But I've always said that we need to have the results to back it. We need the results to get the country behind us, to believe in us again. Like I told you off air, a few years ago, the Springboks were in the same situation as us. Now, everyone loves them. And they had to go and win and dig deep and, show what it means to represent the badge of South Africa. And I think we've done that. Over the last 2 years, we've been amazing. We've done amazing things as Bafana Bafana. And what we saw in Bloemfontein in June, is testament to what we've done. And we thought it was going to build on. But yes, it was a bit disappointing to see last week at Orlando Stadium. But we shouldn't stop now. We should continue fighting. And eventually, they'll get behind us because you can see now there's more talk about Bafana Bafana. A year ago, Orlando Stadium had 1,000 when we were playing a qualifier.
Complimentary tickets, mostly.
I couldn't believe it. Coach Hugo would ask me, Ronwen, what is the problem? I said, Coach, I can't explain. I really don't know. And it's just for us to continue doing what we can do. And I've spoken to the media team as well and the marketing guys, and I said, maybe we need to do more. Maybe we need to go to schools, go to malls, like we used to do back in the day. And we started that last year. We went to a school in Soweto, but we can't do it once off. We need to be touring. And you see the Springboks doing that. I even saw New Zealand doing it. Imagine New Zealand coming all the way from there and coming to the Adidas stores. Yes, they're doing it through their sponsors, but still, it gives their fans opportunity to rub shoulders with them.
There's visibility.
Yes.
And I think there's lack of visibility. There are players in the Bafana team that South Africans don't even know what their names are.
Yeah, true. And we've seen it when we went to the school or when we're at the airport. Sometimes they call me Wayne Sandland. They call me Rowan Fernandez. And, I just laugh at it. So there's lots that we can do. And I think us as footballers, we're doing the football part because we've been so consistent. We've done extremely good work. We're on the brink of qualifying for World Cup 2026. We're there.
Sure.
And there's 2025 AFCON as well. So there's so much that we can do.
I go back to the AFCON because I think from a global perspective, we were seeing highlights in the BBC, CNN, Sky Sports. It was all Ronwen Williams. And just based, again, and that is what I had to go back and dig up, is that based on the quality of on-target shots that you faced, you prevented 4.4 goals at AFCON, more than any other goalkeeper in the tournament. And the best goalkeeper in the Euros, Mamashvili, prevented 4.7. And for context as well, the best goalkeeper in the Copa America, Claudio Bravo, prevented 3.7. You were preventing 4.4. So that, again, is the context that I bring to the table. He also became the first goalkeeper in AFCON history to save 4 penalties in a single penalty shootout. No keeper has ever saved more in an AFCON, Euros, Copa America, or World Cup shootout. And a few goalkeepers have also saved 4 at these tournaments. You became the first Bafana goalkeeper to keep 5 clean sheets at a single AFCON tournament, eclipsing Andre Aronso's 4 back in 1996. You've kept 15 clean sheets in the league, more than any other goalkeeper. The 11 goals conceded by Sundowns in the 2023-24 equaled the PSL record for the fewest goals conceded by a team in one season that was set by Kaizer Chiefs in 2003-2004. And just overall, you've kept 35 clean sheets in 59 games in the period under review in the last year. And with the most of those 30 coming at Sundowns. 30 in 46 for Sundowns, 5 in 13 for Bafana. And just to cap it all, I can see how wide you're opening your eyes, is that a lot of this is probably news to you because you don't focus on yourself that much and achievements. So I'm reminding you of your greatness. And you're the 4th African goalkeeper nominated for the Yashin Trophy after Andre Onana, Edward Mendy, Yassin Buno, but the first to be nominated while playing club football outside of Europe. Allow that to sink in. I don't know what your comment is. I'm in awe.
Goosebumps. Speechless. I don't know. It's amazing. I don't know what words to use to describe the year I've had. But knowing myself, why couldn't I have 40 clean sheets? 5 more, meaning I would have won more games. And that's how I am.
Yeah.
But sometimes you also need to sit back and see how far you've come and what you've achieved.
Yeah.
Just to stay on the right track, and sometimes it's good to pat yourself on the back and say, well done for not giving up, for persevering and, just playing football at a high level, the right way, doing it professionally. It's so difficult to stay professional and stay on course, mental-wise. So I'm just glad for all those aspects, and I've had so many wonderful teams and players and coaches who's helped me along the way that I can't, take this all by myself, I would never do that. There's so many people that I can thank, and I've done that on a personal level, so they know that, they know how I feel. And massive, massive credit to all the coaches and players that I've worked with in the last 2 or 3 years.
Sure. I mean, it's massive, though, because, again, I dip into Opta Jabu and what they've put forward and saying that the most Yashin Trophy nominations. Now, I look at it from a club perspective. All of them UEFA-based. Real Madrid with 4. Manchester City, 4. Paris Saint-Germain, 3. Aston Villa, 3. Chelsea, 3. Atletico Madrid, 3. Bayern Munich, 3. So 6 UEFA clubs with a total tally of 2. Then there's Sundowns there with CAF, and there's 1, which is you. And 14 clubs. You can imagine. That includes your Man Uniteds, your Arsenals, your Inter, your Juventuses of this world. And there you are today. You sit in front of the nation in gratefulness, humility, but damn, you're good, sir.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Gold Rush, your premier gaming destination, is now online. Join at goldrush.co.za and let the real fun begin with slots, casino, and crash-style games that will thrill your senses. It's time to strike gold and feel that winning rush. Anywhere, anytime. Don't delay. Visit us online or in-store and let the Gold Rush begin. Gold Rush is licensed, regulated, winners know when to stop. National Responsible Gaming Program toll-free 0800 006 008. No under 18s or bets online are at fixed odds.
Good health starts on the inside. Biogen Multivitamin Plus offers a comprehensive vitamin and mineral supplement designed to support daily energy and immunity, boost mental performance, and combat stress. Available in senior 50 plus and children's gummies too. You can have the whole family covered. Biogen, for the results you want. Visit biogen.co.za to find out how you can get up to 15% off Biogen products with Virgin Active. Get more with the new Redmi 14C. Snap sharp selfies with a 13-megapixel camera and immerse yourself in a stunning 6.88-inch screen featuring a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. Need space? With 128GB storage, you're covered. Buy now and score a free Redmi power bank. Perfect for staying powered on the go. Available now at Vodacom, Foschini, Incredible Connection, Mr. Price, Hi-Fi Corp, Edgar's, Take-A-Lot, and more. T's and C's apply.
It's time to own it in the all-new Toyota Starlet Cross. Own it with sleek LED headlights and bi-tone color options.
Own it.
Own it with a 360-degree panoramic view monitor and heads-up display.
Own it.
Own it with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and wireless charging.
What?
I said, own it.
See what I did there?
I see. The all-new Toyota Starlet Cross.
Own it.
Dear Journal, trying to be an adult day 3479. Another Monday. I love my job, I love my job, I love my job, I love my job, I love my job.
Hating the corporate 9 to 5? Get covered at pineapple.co.za. It's easy and like 19 Rand a day, so it's 100% the insurance for you. Underwritten by Old Mutual Alternative Risk Transfer Insurer Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP. Premiums are risk profile dependent.
Doing my accounts is a bit like a time sponge. It's really time consuming. Anything that can help me and make my life easier. Give me 5 more minutes to spend with my daughter or get together with friends earlier on a Friday night. I will honestly take it.
Sage Tools helps small business owners have more time for those precious little moments. Sage, helping business flow. Visit sage.com today.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Coach
Walter Outman.
You know, as I told you, I never dropped a point in Venda. Not with any team. We shire them all. Heavy. Live in television, 1-0 down at halftime. Dediela comes in the change room, calls me to the toilet and says, "Look, coach, what are you doing?" So I said, "Mr. Dediela, go and sit at the top. That's what is your place is. My place is here. Don't talk to me here. Go." We win 3-1, second half. I got live television interview. So Dediela comes like, "Coach, you are the best," wants to hug me. I say, "Stop." He said, "Yeah, Mr. Dediela, go to hell. I was the clown at halftime. Now I'm the best coach." On Monday sent me a letter, I'm suspended because I don't respect him. We decided I leave.
But did you get the money after the labor?
Yeah, just some peanuts, absolute peanuts.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
Right, Ronwen Williams is my guest, taking some of your calls. I see 011-883-8947, 011-883-8947. One of your biggest fans, Ronwen, is this gentleman.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and good evening to your guest in studio there. Mzanzi's number one. Ronza, congratulations on your nomination for the Ballon d'Or Yashin Trophy. Mr. Marawa, I think you are sitting with a person who's gonna make history in years to come in your studio. And I think for me, the most important thing for Ronza. Ronza is a very good human being. And I think, when you're a very good human being, things start to follow you. And the other thing, with Ronza, Ronza respect the game. That's why the game respects him also, And Ronza is very, very, very strong mentally. And for me, when I first watched Ronza when they were playing, South Africa played Brazil at FNB. If it was any other goalkeeper, it could have been the end of that goalkeeper. If it wasn't the mental strength of Ronza, because that's where the downfall comes. Because there was a lot of talks after that game. They called him all sorts of names. And today we're talking about Ronza. Everyone is celebrating about Ronza. That's how football is, Mentally, I think he's very strong, and that's what you need from a goalkeeper. I think that's the first and most important thing as a goalkeeper, to have the mental strength, and that is what Ronza is good at. And look, I think he came to Sundowns when me, Dennis, Riyad, Jody, I was still playing by then. And when he came, we welcomed him because after having a conversation with him, you could see that mentally he's very strong, this guy, and you could see clearly that he came to contribute to the team. And we assured him and welcomed him and told him, we say, you know what, we are here. You are here to complement each other. We don't compete for each other here. With each other, we complement each other. And he got it. And when he got the first nod when he came to Sundowns, he played from. Since then, he took over. Up to now, he's still playing. And for me, I think it's a respect you give to the game, because the game also will pay you back. And that is what Ronza is getting now. You know, he had a fantastic season last season. You know, and we just hope this season, because he's still out with an injury. So we just hope that he continues where he left off last season, and I'm sure, and I'm very confident that he will even come stronger, because he knows where he has put himself. That it's cold where he has put himself. But I know Ronza, that you will cope, and I just wish you all the best, and you deserve what is coming your way at the moment, because you have worked for all those things. And the respect you give to the game, and Ronza, once again, congratulations. And I won't say my name. You know the voice. You know this voice. You will. Or if you don't know, then I don't know. But congrats, and we'll see you tomorrow, Ronza. Night, Mr. Marawa. Bye bye.
Tell us who the voice belongs to.
King Kenny.
Kennedy Mwini,
the legend himself. Yeah.
Blessing you with words. And again, you get it from somebody in your camp. You get it from, like you say, the legend himself. Yeah. How do you respond to words like that coming from somebody like him?
Yeah, it's humbling, because here's a guy who's had the same, way as me. I learned from him so much, the style of play, the way he plays, his communication as well, and he won the goalkeeper at AFCON, I think it was 2012 as well.
Yes.
So there's so much that I can take out from him, that I can steal from him, as well as Dennis Onyango. Yeah. I'm there to steal from them so that I can, become even better. And the most important thing is the welcome that I got from them. Like you said, we're not there to compete, we're there to complement each other, and they made it so easy for me.
Yeah.
And they're willing to help each and every day, even up until now. Working with him, having him as my coach now, pushing me, and it's his job now to push me to even greater heights.
Better, yeah. But he's got like a silent crazy, this Kennedy Mwini, Kennedy, my friend, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Let me take Josie calling us from Soshanguve. Good evening, Josie.
Hey, Mr. Marawa.
Welcome, boss.
Long time. How are you, Baba?
Hey, I'm here with greatness, boss. How are you?
I can see. Man, that guy, where did you get him from? Hey, that guy's doing wonders, man. He's doing, from where? He's doing wonders, that guy, man. Rowan, are you listening, Baba?
Okay.
Are you shy? Because you've got that shy face, man.
No, he's listening. He's listening. Go ahead, Josie. Go ahead.
Firstly, man, I would like to congratulate the guy, man, for this biggest achievement that he has done, man. So we all happy as South Africans, as your followers. We are very, very, very happy, Baba. And you never look down. I mean, Kennedy took all my words. I don't know. I must talk what he's been saying, because you never look back. Remember those days when you conceded 5 goals against Neymar. So those guys, where they are, surely once they know this guy is the one who scored 5 goals against. So they say he's here on the Ballon d'Or. Surely they will say, yeah, this guy never looked back. He never looked down on himself. So I would say, Rowan, we are so happy, Baba, for you, and. Go there with a big smile, and you're going to win it. I'm telling you, you're going to win it. Because you have done wonders, and no goalkeeper in our era that we have seen catching balls like that, penalties like that, in a single game. Baba, you have done wonders. You're going to win it, I'm telling you.
Go to the Ballon d'Or page, Josie. Interact over there. Mention the great man, and let's give him all the support. So go onto the page of the Ballon d'Or, and let's give him our support. Let's not regret not supporting him. The world has already said we recognize him. Now we must say, thank you, world. We put our vote to you. Thanks,
we're
Josie.
gonna do that, Rob.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Let me go to Delmain in Randfontein. Good evening, Delmain.
Good evening, Rob. How are you?
I'm very strong, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Robert, I just want to say to Mr. Williams, a few years ago, we lost 5-0 to Brazil, and we criticized him as South Africans. And I think that ignited a spark in his career, because ever since then, he's just done greatness. And for me personally, he's the greatest goalkeeper in Africa. And by the way, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, but I love the guy so much. He's a very good goalkeeper.
Aish. Did you want him to transfer to Chiefs at some point?
Hey, that's one of my dreams, Rob. I wish they can open the bank books at that arena.
You think they can afford him?
I don't think so at the moment, no. He's a Ballon d'Or winner already. I'm not even saying a nominee. He's a winner already.
Pulling your leg, Delmain. Thank you so much. But I love the confession. I love the honesty. And I think a lot of South Africans will fall into the same boat as what Delmain is saying. He said it was too soon to judge you based on that one game.
Yeah. First and foremost, thank you so much to Josie and Delmain for the wonderful words. I'm thankful, appreciated. It was difficult. It was difficult. I had to fight and persevere for many, many years. Because, I mean, even now people are still bringing it up, so eventually it will go away. But I don't mind for it to be there to show that one needs to fight and never give up and just follow your dreams and just believe that your dreams are valid. So I don't mind that people bring it up. And people forget there was another one. There was France 2 years ago. There was another 5. So they need to mention it because that is my story. And now I had to persevere, fight criticism after criticism. But eventually things, turned better for me.
Yeah.
And not to say that I'm done now. There's much more to achieve.
Just a quick one on club level, because this is still obviously quite fresh. You would have followed the interview back then with your former coach. Since his departure, and he did say, he mentioned your name, he mentioned a couple of other players' names as well. This is Rulani Mokwena. Saying that everybody was kind of devastated because it was a shock. You've achieved so much. You've lost the only game of the season on the last day's game and so on, and multiple records that were achieved. What's it like now, post Rulani Mokwena?
Yeah, obviously in the beginning it was very difficult because we all became very close to him and we were achieving greatness. But the club took a different direction. And yes, it's going to be difficult in the beginning, but we can see, maybe what other people can't see. And we can see that we are one step away from being the Sundowns that people know. You can see it at training. You can see it even in the games. We've been so, I don't like using this word, but we've been so unlucky in the games that we've played. And sometimes when setbacks happen so early, it's for even greater things to come. So people should be careful to write us off too early. And I'm glad, honestly speaking, I'm glad that it happened so early, because now it's going to ignite something different in us. Knowing this team, knowing how crazy we are over winning. And we crave that all the time. And that's what we're about as a team. We want to be the best in everything. So now we've lost out. And you'll see the anger, and you'll see even a different Sundowns in the next few weeks, months.
Because again, very early on, people starting to criticize Manqoba Mngqithi as a coach. What would you say your relationship is? Because now you're in a leadership role, club and country, and losses, yes, out of the MTN 8. You've got to try bounce back. And like Kennedy was saying, he's going to see you tomorrow, which I'm assuming you go back to training again. Yeah. But how would you visualize a Manqoba? Because he's not as emotional. He's not going to be running around the field. He's not that type of person. But just give us a quick glimpse into him.
Yeah, obviously, an amazing guy. Very straight to the point. He doesn't have too many talks. He tries to get his point across as quickly as possible. make things simple. So he's got his way of doing things, and yes, we need to adjust, and we have been adjusting as a team. You could see things are getting better the last few weeks. And I watched him after we got knocked out, and to see his response, and he's been so calm, and he highlighted all the good things we done and the bad things, but the good overweighs the bad, but no one would see it that way. And I was like, okay, I like the direction that he's taking, because it's easy to just come and criticize all the players and criticize everything, but it's not as bad as people think, honestly speaking. So we're excited. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait to welcome back the internationals so that we can, let me say, get our season going.
Marumo Gallants. Let's leave it there. You'll play them first, but there's a long season ahead, Ronwen. And we wish you everything of the best, man. We wish that next month when you make that trip, that you don't come back via, international arrivals empty-handed, that you will have something to declare when you get to the airport. And what you'll declare would be that award.
No, thanks so much, Mr. Marawa, once again for having me on your show. I think this is a winning seat. This is a special seat, and I won't mind coming back, I think I get my blessings here. And in P, that's how I always go, to get my blessings. And I went home this past weekend with the Ron Titi Foundation. So...
And you're in the magic seat.
And I'm in the magic seat now again. So hopefully, in a month's time, I can bring back that trophy and celebrate here with you again.
I love it, man. Keep doing the magic.
Thanks so much.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.